Hey there, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. I hope all of you are having a very lovely day. It's a rainy day here, which makes it kind of a perfect day to sit and work on some journals. I love to have a really good art project on a rainy day, a cold rainy day. I just think that it is, we can't do much about the weather, but we can do a whole lot about our attitude and about our approach to the day. And a lot of times, just doing a little bit of art, whether it's working in a flow journal or doing some mixed media or painting or watercolor or molding some clay or something like that, that whole experience of just working with some art is very cathartic and very healing. I've got two books for you today. These are 5x7 flow-ish type journals, full of art supplies and things for you to have fun with. These are like the Legos of the creative world. Lots of things, lots of shapes, lots of energy for you to have fun with. These books are about 3 inches thick, 5x7, fabric covered. I think this was a cracker box. This started life as a cracker box. Can you imagine this little cracker box? Probably never thought it would end up as a book. I love to keep things out of the trash. I love to keep things out of the recycling. And to me, this is like a perfect format for doing things like this. I have a beautiful bead spine here, and we have a Celtic star here, as well as another silver star here. I really like the way that the beads worked in conjunction with the cover of this book. It's called Notes and Observations. This is a collage piece. We started with a piece of burlap, and then I think this is wallpaper. This was something from a greeting card that somebody had sent to me. I think Angela sent this to me. Notes and observations. Let's talk about notes and observations and the differences between notes and observations. I find myself observing more than absorbing. I read that not long ago and I thought, just that little turn of a phrase can make a whole difference. If you're met with a circumstance, now we'll kind of pull things out and look at them as we go through here. If you're met with a circumstance where things aren't going quite the way that you might have thought they would or should, and then you allow that kind of negative energy to absorb into your system, into your body, into your psyche, into your mental faculties, then a lot of times you absorb that kind of negative energy, right? Well, what if you could, instead of absorbing negative energy, if you could simply observe it? This is going to be a little hard because this pocket is, of course, stuffed with stuff, my friends, and it's a wee hard to take things out. But I realized that we do have some new folks over here. Hey, new folks, and new support for the Etsy store. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. So I kind of feel like it might be necessary to kind of remove some items from pockets. But for you OGs who have been here a while, you know that the pockets are just simply stuffed with fodder for art trading cards, art trading coins. If you're right now I'm considering, hey, I got to make some greeting cards for Valentine's, and I'm thinking, I need to cobble some things together and make some greeting cards. And I mean, look at this. You've got a February calendar here, 2023. You've got some pretty pink paper that goes really nice along with this peachy color. You've got some nice coffee dyed paper here and a castle right there. If you cut out that image, matched it with the card, used a little bit of coffee dyed paper to enhance what you were doing, as maybe some edging or borders or whatever, then you got yourself a greeting card. I love working in books like this because the possibilities are endless. You got tons of cardstock to to create with. You have, I really love, I love maps because I think somewhere down the line, now I was fortunate because, I did a little traveling when I managed bands, and that was fun and that was nice. But I will tell you, you get kind of, you long for your own home and your own bed a lot. But it's lovely to, even if you're not in a position to physically travel, to mentally travel and, have that visceral experience, that existential experience of going to and discovering new places. This is quite a pocket we have going on here. We've got all kinds of elements for collage, too. And I pointed this out in the last video, guys. There's some fabric in here, there's stickers in here, there's a lot of cardstock in here, there are some altered art trading cards in here which you might like to use. I talked about the way that you could take the elements from the pockets and arrange them in a glue book way, using the blank pages in the inserts here, in each signature that you have. I've included a small mini book. Kind of gotta love the mini book. I saw a really interesting video not long ago about a guy who keeps a notebook like this and a pencil on him at all times. And he said that it helped him center himself and also helped him. I think he was a creative writer, and he said, I can just jot down ideas. I don't know if you're familiar with any of the stories about Charles Dickens, but Charles Dickens had that habit of stumbling on a phrase or something, and he was a devotee to the notebook and the pencil. I have I went to a churchyard sale not long ago, and I found these little book plates here. It says, please return this book too. And those koalas just kind of spoke to my soul, man. I love them. There is a bit of Jane Austen in here. Anytime, you have a quote, that's just a call to journal, isn't it? Wisdom is better than wit, and in the long run will certainly have the laugh on her side. Now, these are letters of Jane Austen. This says, better be without sense than misapply it as you do. And this is a quote from Emma. There's also some neuropathic drawings in this book. So this is a neuropathic drawing here. And then there is a neuropathic drawing for you to color. Google that. It's really fun to go through that process. We're talking about mind clearing and clarity and centering and things like that. It is a wonderful centering exercise to do some neuropathic doodles, neuropathic drawings, neuropathic paintings. Shannon Green has a lot of information at her YouTube channel about neuropathic. I think Shannon has done some, maybe she's done some stencils, some neuropathic stencils. I don't remember. I'll have to, I'll put a link in the description box below. So if you don't know Shannon, then, it's a great time to get to know Shannon. I love her. She's got a wicked sense of humor, and I just like her very much. There's some old book pages in here, vintage dictionaries as well. Kind of gotta love a vintage dictionary. Then you've got a full pocket here to create with as well. Another book right here. It does have some lined paper in it. Cardstock. I was really into the glittery stuff, a little bit of acetate, I think is what that's called. Maps, Japanese anime. Love the foxing on this book. I think it's really super cool on these pages. A little bit of fold out right here. So you can imagine taking the elements from the pockets and creating cards or notes or whatever, And then being able to, the fun with pockets, I mean, we've got salvage script over here for you. The fun with pockets is when you finish a project, you got a place to put it. So talk about self-contained. These books are awesome to use as a jump start in the morning, to use as a cool down at night, because you not only have all of these creative elements, you also have storage. You have a place to put what you create back into the book. If you're, now I'm a neatnik, okay? I like everything super organized. So working in a book like that really does kind of call to my soul. It's also not static, you guys. This book I called Guardian. To me, this beautiful girl looks like she is a guardian for this child here. You can tell the like possessive, loving way she is clinging on to the child, and these eyes just kind of say it all, doesn't it? There's a sparkly butterfly right here. Again, it's like a four-layer collage. This is a sticker that says Ex Libris. That means my book. And you can look on this, but the spines of these books are quite wide. This is 2.5. And the bead spine here, it's got a nice chunky little jewel piece here, as well as a very pretty star charm. I was trying to get that centered up. Sorry, and there's a wee bit of glare on that butterfly right there. I did have some really crusty, sparkly papers to work with when I was doing these books. Love that. I like having some sparkle. So here's your mini book. You can turn that into whatever you like. Actually, you could use this to track the projects that you do in the book. On page 1, maybe you made a greeting card. Maybe you made an ATC. Maybe this is, maybe this whole concept is an art challenge for you. If you find yourself, I don't know, don't they say it takes like 21 days to develop a habit? So maybe you just do a project every 21 days. Maybe you make a bookmark. Maybe you, like I said, make an art trading card. Maybe you make a postcard. Maybe you write a letter on one of the blank pieces of paper that you have here. Maybe you write a story about taking music lessons when you were a little girl. Maybe you think, well, there's some coffee dab paper. I like coffee, or I don't like coffee, whatever. And this is a great little place for you to write your feelings down about, coffee, life, mornings, whatever. I don't coffee dot paper in the winter. I was really super lucky that I had a big stock going into the winter. I coffee dot paper in the summer because I do it outside, and it just picks up really nicely. It kind of gives the paper a little bit of a crinkly texture, and I really like that, that heft that drawing something outside gives to paper. Don't you love that? I love that like swirly pattern here. It's kind of like a marbling effect on that paper. And you've got another pocket to play with here. And you can see, I'm just going to flip through here real quick. I work really hard to arrange these. They'll be pretty, but we're going to have to pull them out and see what's in here. There's that marbled paper. So you can see all of the possibilities that you have. There are bookmarks in here too. And you can finish off the bookmark that you have here, or you can flip it over and make a whole brand new bookmark. And then put that bookmark into one of these pockets. Old black and white photographs, art trading cards, a little bit of crystal sentiment for you right there. More of the acetate which I kind of love that stuff. Old book pages. This is like an 1837 report to Congress. 18, can't remember. Cannot remember the year. I have used it so much, and I still absolutely adore it. You can use the elements in a book like this, y'all, and transfer them to a collage journal, or use things from here to make an entirely different journal. Everything is easy to pull out, to work upon, and then to slide back into your book. It's really pretty, isn't it? It says, "And the call." We've just finished retrograde. Aren't we happy about that? It is all done. Here's what I'm talking about. So you can take a portion of your book out, because this is a wrap binding. So everything in here is, you can put it in and you can take it out and you can reshuffle it, and hey, I don't like the way this is arranged, so I'm going to take the whole thing out and I'm going to arrange it in a different way. Some of my friends have bought these and taken out the guts and put new guts in. And I think that's great. It makes the book evergreen. So you have it forever and ever. And because you're using it as an art palette, you're changing the book. You are not static in this book. It's not going to ever be finished. You're going to find things to do in it all the time, every day. You're going to reach for it. It looks so pretty, y'all. Sitting on a shelf, it just really looks nice as I have not finished this book, y'all. I promise I'll stick some things in here. I apologize. My head has not been in a good place today for getting things done. I've been super scattered, and I apologize for that, but I will fill those two pockets that I did not put anything into. I think I was talking to my son on the phone when I was doing this. Seldom, very seldom, does complete truth belong to any human disclosure. Seldom can it happen that something is not a little discussed or a little mistaken. And that is a Jane Austen quote from Emma. There's more fabric in here. Lots of, like I said, lots of things to play with, lots of things to look at, lots of things to do, and a book that never, ever ends. You never get finished. Isn't that awesome? To have something that's evergreen forever. Thanks a lot for checking these out, guys. They are for sale at my Etsy store. They're $35. I think shipping is coming in about $9.30. I do package these in a bubble envelope and send them priority mail, which is usually 2 to 3 days. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Happy rainy Thursday. Have a good one, y'all. Bye-bye.